not look good. In fact, this is some of the worst air quality that they've seen in years and years. And if it continues, it could be the worst they've seen maybe ever, especially this great of an area. I want to show you how it looks like on our maps. This is our air quality, and every dot shows a different site. But you can see across the mid-Atlantic, all yellow. Across the Northeast, you can see a lot of red, a lot of oranges. That is indicating anywhere from unhealthy air quality to unhealthy for everyone air quality, not just people with respiratory issues. So definitely make sure to tell your friends, tell your family in that area to wear the mask, stay indoors if they can. Here closer to home, we're also dealing with our air quality issues, but it has nothing to do with the smoke from Canada. It's actually because of added pollution and our stagnant air pattern. We have moderate air quality, one step below good air quality. So groups that do have those respiratory issues, you may want to limit your time outside. I mentioned this at the top of the hour, but we do have that ozone action day just because we are expecting higher levels of ozone in our air. A way you can help out is by limiting driving. We're trying to get as many cars off of the roadways as possible. I know that's a tough thing to do living here in North Texas, but that's a way to help. Something else to consider is our pollen count. Grass, hickory are at a moderate, fungus at a low count. So if you do suffer from allergens, this could also be that cause. Cedar Hill right now, I want to show you this camera because you can see how some of the clouds are starting to grow up, and that has to do with our temperature climbing. So whenever we have a lot of humidity, whenever we have this warm air, that's going to allow clouds to start to build, and this is what leads to afternoon thunderstorms. But right now we're just seeing a mix of sunshine and cloud cover, a temperature of 85 degrees, wind northwest anywhere from light to about 5 miles per hour. Very light. That's what's causing some issues with our air quality. 91 degrees is the expected high temperature in Fort Worth and in Dallas, as well as in Denton, about 90 in McKinney and in Decatur. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s outside of the Metroplex. This has to do with added cloud cover and just the fact that, well, it's outside of an area that has a lot of concrete. We're also going to be dealing with those thunderstorms. Like I mentioned, I showed you that cloud cover over Cedar Hill, but let me show you the timing. This is Wednesday, 2 in the afternoon. We see a couple of those isolated thunderstorms popping up south of the Metroplex. We'll eventually see this become a bit more widespread in terms of coverage, but even then, only about 20% coverage. We're going to see some isolated storms. With any of these storms, I'm not expecting severe weather, but we could see some locally heavy rainfall just because we have a lot of moisture to deal with. We saw that impact yesterday in Fort Worth. Also, the lightning and gusty winds all possible today. This is going to continue through the busiest time on our roadways. This is around 5. I'm not showing you about 9. Look at how that activity just kind of came down quite a bit. It's because we lose a lot of the energy from the sun. Tonight, another potential for rain, and that is thanks to a cluster of storms moving in from our west. That's why our coverage will be higher across western North Texas, and that kind of dwindles from west to east. Let me show you that timeline. This is Thursday, 4 in the morning, so late tonight, early tomorrow. We see these thunderstorms building from the west. A few of those storms very well get close to the Metroplex, so we may see some activity on radar early on Thursday, and then those outflows are going to generate some afternoon thunderstorms on Thursday. So that'll be something to be watching for the afternoon. Coverage at about a 20%, 10% on Friday, and it goes up Saturday with the potential of a few strong storms. 90s through the weekend. We'll look at next week. Triple digits on our charts next Thursday, Friday. We'll be back.